Hello, everybody. Welcome to Panther Network. Today I'm here with
John.
He's a representative from the Coca-Cola company, and we're just here to talk about all the career options and availability you can have at the Coca-Cola company. So our first question is, what career opportunities are available within your organization?
So a lot of our positions revolve around any type of field. So I know I myself am in human resources, but we have supply chain, we have sales, we have marketing, apparently we have a pilot, so I've learned. So there's a lot of things that I've learned with the company, but we have all sorts of things. It's really just a matter, we have less of a list of things that we can't find a position for than things that we can.
So you'd say there's a lot of variety?
Yes, we find a position for every type of skill.
Okay. And what can you tell us about your company and the types of opportunities available for students?
So I've been with the company for almost 3 years. I hit 3 years in May. The company does focus a lot on giving back to our teammates, so we do a lot of internal promotions. So a lot of our positions are usually for people that have worked for a long time, they've put in the work, and they're wanting to grow their own career. So, for example, I'm in human resources. One of our high-level leaders, he actually started out as a truck driver. So even though these positions don't correlate very well, they can still turn into whatever career it is that interests people the most.
All right. And could you share some tips for students on how to stand out during the application and interview process?
For applications, I believe I have heard from our sales department they do look for something with a lot more white space than I had realized, but it really just depends on knowing your audience, I suppose. So if you're going into a field that looks for a lot of detail, you'll probably want a little bit more detail in your resume. But then in the interview process, it's a little bit more easy. We focus on what's called the STAR method, so situation, task, action, and result. If you can provide real-world examples as to what characteristics or traits or examples of what you've learned with relevant experience. So for sales, how have you handled a customer complaint would be a good example, but going through a real world example using that method.
Okay. And lastly, do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement for students who are navigating their career paths and considering different opportunities?
Well, I know first off, whether you do or don't know what you want to do, fortunately I can speak for my company, but it's okay to not know what you want to do. We can find something that fits your interest, but the most important thing is getting your foot in the door. I know most people think they can get these jobs really right out of college or high school or wherever they're coming from, but it usually doesn't work like that. If you wanted to be a manager, most people don't become a manager by applying externally. Most people only become a manager through internal promotion, and I would argue that goes for most companies rather than just mine. But fortunately, I have seen the growth of those who do become managers in my company are people that really put in the work. They went above and beyond with just not doing just their job description, but they went out of their way to grow themselves, make themselves better, and that's what the higher-ups saw as the most important quality.
Okay, well, just want to say thank you for giving us some of your time today, John, and thank you for joining us here at Panther Network, and we'll see you in the next one.